Hey YouTube friends. So this is my first live of 2024. Happy New Year. It's like 9 o'clock and the kids are in bed, hopefully asleep. And I'm going to be going upstairs too. But I wanted to just do a live just to say Happy New Year and just cover a couple of things. A lot of people talk about their words for the year when the new year comes along. Buttercup is here as always. As soon as the kids are gone, she's like harassing me. Um, you want to be in the video? Say hi. Say hello. Hey Tanika, how'd your hair turn out? So, I just want to talk about a few things. So, 2024, I'll tell you guys my word for the year. I'm actually going to do like 2 words. And then I'll just do a quick update on how I'm doing 18 months postpartum with baby number 2 and just latest milestones for the kids. So, oh, good. Tanika says she loves her hair. Oh, I can't wait to see. Did you post a video or on your Instagram already? I haven't been on social media a whole lot today. So I'll start off by saying I have survived the last 2 full weeks with baby Joy Chaser not being in school. I was like, why is his Christmas break so long? Like, it was just so long. And I did not really have time off, so I couldn't like be off with him per se. So luckily I was able to work from home basically the whole 2 weeks. So the first week was the week leading before Christmas. So I worked from home with him here. And then the week between Christmas and New Year's, I worked from home. I did take the day after Christmas off, and I took today off the day after New Year's Day. But other than that, I was working. So definitely challenging. Not the same as like those videos I did back during COVID when he was small, like the height of COVID when he was small and I was from home. And that was terrible. So it was definitely not like that, but it's hard to be to basically have no break because if my even if he's watching shows or playing nicely or whatever while I'm working, as soon as I have a break, I have to tend to his needs. And by the time I do that, it's back to go back to work. So it was a lot, but I survived the 2 weeks. I did try to ask for help, which is something that is a constant battle for me to do, to ask for help. But you have to when you have kids, especially small kids, and you're a single mom by choice. So I did ask for help. So my sister-in-law watched him 1 full day, which was great. And then my cousin, she took him one afternoon. She was going to keep him overnight, but we got the okay to work from home that second week because I was thinking the week between Christmas and New Year's I would go in to the office if I had someone to look after him, but I didn't have to go in. No one was going in. And then the night that she would have kept him would have been the same night that he would have been leaving my sister-in-law. So it just felt weird to like have him be have him be at another house all day and then to pick him up and take him to another house when he's only ever spent the night away from me three times in his 5.5 years. So we decided to not do that, that he would just spend a night with her on a different time. But she did pick him up for a half day and took him to a Please Touch Museum. I did try to have fun one day and we went to the movies. And we went to breakfast while baby sister was at school. So but I survived. It was a lot. And then both of them home on the weekends, her on home with us on the holidays. So it's pretty exhausting. I now need a vacation from Christmas vacation. So yeah. But anyway, I survived, and tomorrow is back to school. He'll be back at his school, she'll be back at daycare, and I'll be back going in the office. So I survived. I survived, and I was nervous going into this long break. Him being home from school for so long, I was nervous because this is new. Everything is new. I had posted one of those. You know how the little viral things happen on like Instagram, or I'm probably on TikTok, so I'm not on TikTok. But there was one that was like yourself over the last 6 years, and I did mine like motherhood focus, and it was like pictures of me, and with a newborn, and then with each year, and then with two kids, and then now, and I put in my caption, 6 years of motherhood. Almost 6 years of motherhood, and I said, OG moms, when will you feel like you know what you're doing? Because you just don't. So, which kind of brings me to my two words. So, if you notice, the title for this video is cruise control versus flying by the seat of my pants. So, I would say I would say probably the entire motherhood journey, but definitely the last year, 2023 was super was challenging for me. I wouldn't go so far as to say it was like a bad year, because I was still very blessed in it, and nothing was like terribly wrong, but it was just a high stress year. I returned to work from maternity leave in January as a mother of two kids to a very high stress, and it's all relative, but for me, a high stress work environment, and then a stressful home life with two small kids, and no real day-to-day help. I get help on occasion, like I just mentioned, but in general, day by day, it's just me. And I really felt like all year I was stretched very, very thin, and overwhelmed a lot, stressed a lot, tired a lot, and very much just flying by the seat of my pants. Like, what do I need to do to get through, the next night, the next 2 days, to get through the weekend, to get through this week, for the whole year. I felt like it was like that. It's still like that. And I would like it to not be that way. But I'm not entirely sure exactly the changes that need to take place. But that leads me to my two words. One thing I do know that needs to happen is I have to become a bit more organized. Because you have goals, right? You have these goals, and when you feel like you are either accomplishing or on track for or working towards your goals, it gives you like a positive reinforcement. Like you feel like you're taking care of yourself and what you need to be doing, and you feel better. When you don't feel like that, it can make you feel worse on top of whatever is causing you to not be on track, right? And everything is connected. So, I have these goals that I want to accomplish, but because everything is connected, me not being organized, like, is leading to me derailing some of the goals. So for example, I'll say I've been on like a weight loss journey my whole life, right? Since puberty. Like I've never been like thin. And I'm also trying to improve my finances, because basically, like, I'm broke. Like, I wouldn't say I'm poor, but I have I had some debt already from just the whole IVF stuff. I had a little debt before that, added to it with the IVF stuff. Then with the house, when I bought this house, I was supposed to sell my other house simultaneously. That house sale fell through. So then I had to maintain two households financially for about 6 months while I was trying to get a new buyer. So that left me with like a lot of debt that I'm recovering from. So I don't have like a lot of extra money. So you kind of feel broke, right? So trying to work on the finances, trying to work on the health and the weight loss. But then like I'm disorganized to an extent. So this is how everything ties together because I feel like I'm rambling. You'll be in a situation like, oh, like several times it has been time to pick up the kids. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about dinner. Because work has been so stressful, whereas like pre-maternity leave, the situation at work was not as stressful. So on the days when I worked from home, during my lunch break, I could go cook something. Even if it wasn't my lunch break, if it was something quick, I could save like a 15-minute break to go start dinner. And it's done before I log off, and then I just reheat. Work has been so stressful, like I can't do that. So then it's like, oh man, it's time to log off from work and get them, and now I forgot dinner. So, okay, what can I do that's fast? So then I'm like running into like a fast food. Okay, so that's derailing the health goal, right? The weight loss goal. And now I'm spending money that is not really budgeted for that because we got groceries at home. Or even worse, and I was talking to one of my friends about this, I will take something out, thaw something out to cook, and then either get so distracted or just feel so tired that I don't cook it and I order something, right? And then do that couple days, and now whatever I took out has now gone bad. So not only did I spend the money on whatever the quick option was, I also wasted the money on the food I cooked. So you see how it's all connected? It's all connected, right? And I feel like a lot of it just comes back to just being more organized, I guess, with my time. So feel free to share in the comments, whether the chat or if you're catching the replay, any of your best organization hacks, whether they're home organization, time management. I'll take all of it because the amount of time also that I have wasted trying to find something because I don't know where I put it, because I don't have a place for everything and everything's supposed to be in its place. Yeah, I don't have that in my house. Or I'll put something up so the kids can't get to it and then totally forget, so waste a bunch of time. So anyway, everything's connected. So I'm looking forward to focusing on being more organized so that I can actually accomplish the things that I want to accomplish and like feel like I'm on track, so to speak. Tanika says she does that a lot. Sometimes it depends on how much energy I have. Exactly. And some days I just don't have, well, I won't say I don't have a lot of energy, but it's like by the time I get to the time of the day when I can cook or whatever, the energy is now gone. Like I might have started out with good energy, but just between wrangling children and work and anything else that might be on my mind, the energy just will escape me. So one of my words for the year is organization. So the second word that I'm going for the year, it almost feels opposite. It's surrender. And so I came up with that word because, so I'll go back to work. So a lot of things have been stressful at work, and the majority of those things are out of my control. Like they're not situations that I can really do anything about. which sucks because it's a sucky position when to be the bearer of bad news or part of the team that is bearing the bad news, but not have the power to really go into whatever the scenario is and resolve it, but yet be the face of the problem, which is probably as much as I can share about that. But that's essentially what I've been dealing with for like the last year. And that just sucks. It just really sucks. But it's not in my control. It's like it's really nothing I can do. So that plus like there's other little things that pop up, and I am prone to anxiety. I see a therapist for anxiety. I don't recall if I did a separate video, but I don't think I did. But I did get postpartum anxiety, which I'm pretty sure I had with Baby Joy Chaser, but I didn't know what it was called. Not necessarily postpartum depression, but postpartum anxiety. So my anxiety levels get very high very easily. Several times this year, I have felt on the verge of like panic attacks. So I really want to work on surrendering and really, giving to God the things that are not within my control. And like not just saying it because I'll say it because I want to do that, and so I'll be speaking it into existence, so to speak, but like really doing it. So I'm hoping to work on surrendering as well. So on the one hand, like taking more control and charge of my how I spend my time and maybe organize my home and any other areas where I can become more organized while simultaneously like letting go of the things that are truly not in my control and like surrendering and handing it over. So those are my two words for 2024 and kind of where my head is at. I don't feel like I'm in the best mental emotional space. And I haven't been, which is why I haven't been as, in addition to legit being busy, like I don't want to downplay, like it's a lot to be taking care of two small kids by yourself. But my not being in the best mental emotional space has definitely kept me from being as active on social media and stuff as I have been in the past in general, because I like social media. I like to post some pictures and scroll and all that. I don't think it's a terrible thing, but yeah, definitely haven't been in the best mental emotional space. But I am not a quitter, and this too shall pass. Like there are seasons, and I feel like for a while I was in a true season of like abundance and blessings, and so many things were just falling into place and going my way. And when I was in that season, like I was fully in that season, like I recognized it, I was appreciative of it, I was practicing gratitude within it, and I knew that the one constant in life is everything changes. I knew that would not always be the season. And I felt like 2023 was very humbling for me, to see like some of the things that I thought I really had together that I did not. And now 2024, I'm like, okay, how can I organize this better? How can I let go of some of these anxieties and trying to control things that are outside of my control? So that's how it is for right now. Tanika says pregnancy and postpartum sent her anxiety into overdrive. We upped my meds during pregnancy and I'm still at the increased rate. Talk therapy is helping. Emotionally, I was a wreck in my third trimester. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know postpartum anxiety was a thing until I I think I stumbled across a TED talk and a lady was talking about it. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's me." That's how I was with my son when I first had Baby Joy Chaser. I would look at him and I was happy. Like I wasn't sad or depressed or baby blues per se, but I would look at him and feel like, oh, I don't want to ruin him. And I would get so upset about worrying if I was going to ruin him. And I still have some of that. And then it manifests in other ways. So this time around, so I'll give you a recent one. And it's funny because what actually happened. So, like I said a little while ago, my kids have never, like, baby sister has never spent the night away from me. And baby Joy Chaser only 3 times ever in his 5.5 years. So, well, no, actually, I'm lying. 5 times total. Because twice, my cousin, who's his godmom, came to my house and spent the night, and I went out for the night and stayed at a hotel for a break, which was nice. But he was in his own home, and I wasn't even going 24 full hours. So, and then the other 3 times was he was with my brother. So once, like overnight for New Year's Eve, right before COVID, that was the first time. And then the second time wasn't until 2022, when I had baby sister, and that was the longest we were ever apart. And outside of the traumas of the baby, having the baby and all that, which you can find in a past video if you don't know about all that, being away from him that long was the worst part. And then when my sister-in-law arrived at my house without him, I almost went into like hysterics. And she was like, "Oh, he's coming with Shane, with my brother. He's coming with Shane. They should be right behind." Because I thought that was him coming through the door, and he was not with her. Oh my gosh, I almost lost it. But so this most recent time, I had been saying like I could they take him sometime for overnight just to give me a break. And he's bigger now. He's 5.5, so potty trained, all that, not like a baby. So they asked. They said, oh, they were gonna go visit their granddaughters who are his age, just a little younger. So they said, oh, we can get him and he'll spend the night. We'll go up to near the Poconos and come back. Now I'm in Philly, so that's all in Pennsylvania. But the Poconos are mountains, right? So my first reaction was like, yes, I'm going to get somewhat of a break to only just have her and he'll go overnight. But then my very next thought was sheer panic that they will be driving up in the mountains. And I've driven in the mountains. It's not for me. I'm a city girl, okay? I don't like driving in places where they don't have street lights. It is so dark and you have to use your high beams. There's wild animals that just are in the road. There are bears, deer, and wild turkeys. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I have been in Poconos many, many times and I've not seen a bear personally, but I have just missed the bear. Like, been in a hotel and they're like, oh, the bear was just outside by the kid area. I've seen the wild turkey, seen the deer. Like I'm not even exaggerating. So it was sheer panic, but I was already seeing a therapist, so I knew, like, one thing I learned years ago, like, we don't have to react to every feeling. So I was like, listen, like, I need this break. He needs to experience spending the night with people we trust. It's good for him to go see his little cousins. It's good for him to spend time with my nephews and be around some men and not just home with mom all the time. So there's way more good reasons for him to go other than I'm freaking out. So, I allowed it. I talked it through with the therapist and everything was fine. Right? They come home. They tell me, why did they hit a deer? Everybody was fine. And maybe this was like God's blessing because they saw the deer, they felt it, but then when they looked, there was no damage to the car and the deer like ran off. So presumably the deer was either okay or maybe the deer passed away later. But they hit a freaking deer and I was like, that was like my fear. So maybe like, okay, sometimes our fears do happen, but it doesn't mean like the worst case scenario, right? So, but they were fine, not even a scratch on the car. And they were smart enough to not tell me until they were all home safe. And that happened on the way up to the Poconos. So, but anyway, but just my panic about the idea of him going, I know is like the postpartum anxiety, because it's not like, ooh, I hope nothing happens. Like, it's like you start to imagine like every little thing that could happen and dwell on it to an extent that you wouldn't normally, and have a hard time getting away from the thought. It becomes like intrusive. So stuff like that I'm still experiencing. But but working on it, and I see a therapist. And maybe some medication is in my future. I don't know. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. Um so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, those are my two words for the year: surrender and organization. So kids milestones, just let you guys know how they're doing. You guys see I've been posting. I did okay with Vlogmas. I did not do it every day like I did last year. Um, but I did get some stuff posted. I still have way too much content on my phone and stuff that I need to get off to share. But you guys can see that they are cute. They're adorable. They're growing so fast. And I was looking at video of Baby Joy Chaser last year, and he was like so cute. And now he just seems like such a big boy. Like, this transition from 4.5 to 5.5 is significant. And I keep saying and a half because he cares about that half. Like, this was the first year he knew about the half. And when he first asked, he was like, "Am I 5.5?" And I was like, "Oh no, you won't be 5.5 until um, I think I said I think it was October, because your birthday is in April, so it has to be 6 months past." Soon as those 6 months passed, he was like, "I am 5.5." He wants credit for that half, and I remember being that way too when I was little. But it is a significant. Like, he is a boy. There is nothing babyish. His face has slimmed down. He's getting taller. He gets haircuts now. Like, that's probably the most significant social or emotional milestone, because he had been terrified of getting a haircut, and I didn't force it. But finally, we got over that hump, and I don't remember if I have a video or not. But yes, and he's in school. He's in kindergarten. It's going well. It's going well. It's a Christian school, um, which is good, because he's already, and not to say that like kids can't pick up bad habits anywhere, even in a Christian environment. But I feel like he's exposed to a little bit of less stuff there, and there's a little bit more of a watchful eye in terms of what is allowed to be said and whatnot, because he's definitely picked up some things um, that I have not liked. Like, I've had to curtail, not like cursing per se, but just like things that would be fall into like name calling, stuff like that. So he's like picking up stuff, but he's also picking up um, bigger words, bigger vocabulary. It's funny when he tries to like say a saying and he gets it wrong, but I know what he means. And like, just the fact that like, how do you even know about that? Like, I'll be thinking that all the time. Like, how'd you hear that, or how'd you learn that? Wish I could think of an example right now, but I can't. But he's really maturing. Like, it is significant. Like, him being at school. I mean, and it's really only been 3 months, like September through December. Well, I guess September, October, November, so 4 months, all of December. So, but it's been significant, but he's doing really well. He's keeping up with the schoolwork. He's they they teach so much stuff in kindergarten that I know I didn't learn till second and third grade. And I asked my cousin who's a kindergarten teacher, and she said her kids at her school are learning the same thing. So they have like really stepped up the curriculum, I think. So I'm gonna be in trouble in a few years when I'm looking at this homework like I can't help you, but he's doing really well with all of it. Like he's really keeping up. So maybe they realize the kids learn a lot faster and that they can get throw more at them, right away. So he's doing well. He's starting to read and learn words. So pretty soon I won't be able to like spell things. You spell words you don't want your kids to know what you're talking about when you're on the phone with your friends or whatever. I won't be able to do that for long. Um, but he's doing really well. He loves his sister. I had to. It's funny the things you get on him about today. I was getting on him about kissing her too much because I'm trying to have them keep their germs to themselves and then just I don't want him in her face all the time because sometimes she's like, dude, he's like still, and I'm trying to also, it falls into like the consent, which, you have to teach consent and even more so, in my opinion, more so with boys for them to be able to make the best choices when they're men. But like it starts so young. I'm like, listen, if you see her pulling away, that means she does not like it. So stop. Stop kissing her so much. Or like you have to ask her if she wants a kiss. Like things like that. But he loves her. They're always excited to see each other, but they also fight now, which is also exhausting. Just me constantly being like, don't do that, get off of that. Why can't I leave the room and she's and her not end up crying? Like so they definitely are, you know, I don't know, in the full sibling experience, loving and loving each other and getting on each other's nerves nonstop. For her, so she just had her 18-month checkup. I think she was 26 pounds. I think she's, I want to say, is she three foot? No, I don't think she could be 3 foot. I forgot. But she's tall. She's like 85 percentile. No, I think like 90 percentile something for height. Like 80 something for weight. But but her BMI is good. Like she's not like overweight. They're not concerned about her weight. Because I think she's just tall. So her clothes now, she's comfortably in two T's and wearing some things that are three that are just a little bit big. Um, and she just turned 18 months, so she's, a bigger girl. She's about the size of some of the 3-year-olds. Um, but she's doing well. I don't know if y'all saw the video of her saying Happy New Year's, which it's just hysterical to me. I keep watching it, but she's picking up new words all the time, but sometimes she is just so aggressive with how she says stuff that it's just funny. It's funny, but yeah, she's picking up words and she loves the Baby Shark song. I guess they were doing that at school. And she likes it way more than her brother ever did, but she really likes that. Her favorite character is still Elmo. Um, she's very feisty, like she will fight. So we're working on her not hitting when she gets upset. She hit me in the eye today, like it hurt. Like I had to like take a moment. Um, because she was tired. She was tired and she wanted me to hold her so that she could go to sleep, but it wasn't time. It was actually, I was trying to prepare dinner. So I was talking to her like, okay, I got to put you down because I got to go. And she was so mad at me and she was like, and then she just hit me. So but then she's sorry. So working on, her temper. She seems to have a temper, but she's feisty. So that'll be an interesting parenting challenge, like how to channel that into all the good things that come with a woman being feisty without the hitting and the losing of the temper. So But she's doing amazing, very good. I am doing, I don't know how I'm doing, I'll be honest. Um, oh, Tanika says sugar's in the 97 for her height. He's 2 feet 8. So okay, so maybe she is 3. Maybe she is 3 foot. Okay, I'm just not remembering if he's 2 foot 8. But he's only 23% for weight. So he long and thin. Oh, so that reminds me. So back to um, Baby Joy Chaser, the pediatrician said that he will be built more like a basketball player than a football player based off of his build now, that he'll be long and thin. So maybe that'll be the same thing for Sugar. um, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm doing. I have a couple doctor's visits coming up. I had the postpartum, not postpartum, I had the gestational diabetes with both children. With little sister, it did not go away. So I'm technically diabetic now. Um, am taking a medication for it, and it was working. So we'll see. But again, I've not been the best with the diet, so I really feel like I've not been doing my part, um, at least how I want to be. So hopefully, I'm not causing too much harm, and I can like get it together. Um, I still take a medication for the racing heart issues that developed when I was pregnant with BJC, and it happened randomly. I had an incident this past week. What day was that? I don't remember. Thursday or Friday. And I hadn't had an incident in a long, long, long time. But I had, so again, talk about being organized, right? I didn't realize my medication was about to run out. And then with the holiday and Christmas and stuff, hi Millie. With Christmas and stuff, I was like, oh, the pharmacy is not going to be open. So I wasn't taking it on time because I was stretching it a little. And I think that's why I ended up having the incident. So again, it's like everything is related. Like, things are not um, independent of each other. Like everything is related. So had I been more organized, I would have been like on top of that, getting that refill, right? Because it was available. It was just me um, going, right? It was just me requesting it and going. I think that was what it was. Um, so I have a couple appointments coming up. So I have to see a cardiologist because that's who prescribes that. So I have that appointment, I think, next week. And then I also have an appointment with my primary, which I've not seen a primary care physician in a few years because I was seeing, I don't know, like it just kind of maxed out. Like I was seeing the fertility people again because I was trying to get pregnant. And I was, thank God, praise God, I was successful the first go around. But there's so many appointments like leading up to that I was like, okay, well, I'm doing all these appointments. And then before that, I was like checking in with the endocrinologist and like making those appointments. And then, okay, make sure I wanted to check in with the cardiologist before I tried to get pregnant. So I was like doing all those specialist appointments that I hadn't actually done just to, then all the gynecological appointments when you're pregnant, and obstetrics and all that. So I hadn't actually done the primary care. So I have that coming up. So we'll see how I'm doing. I feel like I'm always having aches and pains. I'm still carrying extra weight, though I have lost, I've lost like, I'll just say like, not quite 20 pounds, almost 20 pounds, from my highest weight. So I'm on a downward trend, but it is a slow, it is not a steep decline. It's a slow hill. But I am losing weight. But I feel like I always have aches and pains and, um, you know, things going on. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. I don't have, I have not been having any pelvic pain, which like that round ligament pain, which I had a lot, I had for on and off for 2 years after baby Joy Chaser. And it finally went away, and then I had it a little bit back when I was pregnant with her, here or there, a little bit after, but I haven't really had that, which is good. Um, Millie says, I enjoy watching your videos. I'm a single mom by choice with an almost 3-year old and would love a second, but I'm worried about finances and all the other things. How has it been for you now since you have two? Seems like I'm handling it wonderfully. Okay, so go back and watch the beginning of the video after the replay post, because I'll tell you, I'm handling it. It does not feel like I'm handling it wonderfully. I titled this video "Cruise Control versus Flying by the Seat of My Pants" because I feel like I've just been flying by the seat of my pants the last year, like just trying to make it through the next hour, the next night, the next week, the next weekend, and it's hard. I have no regrets. I would not do it different. Um, I mean, perfectly honest, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you guys know, me being a single mom by choice was my plan B. Like, I'm a more traditional person, so I did want a spouse. So I can't say I wouldn't do anything different, because I would love to have a partner every day in, you know, in the weeds with me, um, doing all this. I would have loved to not have had to get hit in the eye today from baby sister, if I would have been able to pass her off to a spouse to cuddle her so I could cook dinner, or they cook dinner while I cuddle her. So I can't say I wouldn't do, I don't, like, if I had it my way, I would have been married, I guess, that way. But that just wasn't the plan. So that not being the plan, I wouldn't do anything different. I love having the two. I love seeing them interact together. But it is a lot. It is a lot. It was a lot with one on one, and it's a lot with two, especially the beginning part. And you said you have a 3-year old. Yes. So I don't know you, Millie, but I would say for me, the reason I was pushing to have baby sister when I did, and you could go back and see the video where I had to like really push back hard on the fertility people because they wanted me to lose more weight, and I was just like, I want to have this baby now. I want to get pregnant now, is because they were going to be 4 years apart. And I was noticing with my son, things were becoming considerably easier. And so I didn't want things to become super easy and then have to go back to being really rough. Because it is very hard taking care of a newborn and a toddler. And they can't do anything. I mean, it is a lot. So I would say if you really are thinking of having the second, I would probably do it sooner than later, but that's just me. That's just me. You might say, "Hey, I'll wait till my older one is even older and things are easy for a couple of years and then start over." I don't know. I was just like, I don't want to get used to things being easy and then they go back to being hard, and then it feels even more. Um, But yeah, so my 2 words, that's what I was talking about earlier in the video. My 2 words for 2024 is I want to be more organized, and I want to also surrender from worrying about things that are not in my control. And I'm hoping that if I'm more organized, I can get into more of a like cruise control. Like, this is the routine. These are the things that I do to make sure that things are running smoothly versus feeling like I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Um, So that's that. And I am looking forward to doing some more things with my Chasing Joy brand, which is I used to do in-person events. I hope to get back to doing in-person events for women. And I used to write a blog, actually written blog. I haven't written in so long. Um, and also do videos all related to inspiring women to make happiness a priority in their life. And I'm still doing that. It's been harder. It's been harder to make happiness a priority, but I have not given up on it. And I'm looking forward to doing more things with that brand this year. I do have something big for me, something I'm proud of happening that I'll share soon. And I hope to do an event. Maybe. We'll see. Um, Tanika says she's going for IVF for baby number 2 this year. Wow. Okay. That'll be exciting. That'll be exciting to see you with 2 little ones and be a mama of 3. Have you done a video yet on parenting now versus parenting when Cheyenne was young? Cheyenne, I think that's her name, right? Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong or I messed it up. But yeah, but I just wanted to come on here live. I am planning to push more content out here for you guys. And for me, like I said, I enjoy posting and stuff. So I'm trying to get back to being myself. I'm trying to get back to doing the things that bring me joy, the things that I like, the things that make me feel like I'm on the right track, and taking care of myself well, because then that helps with the anxiety. Because again, it's all connected. Okay, that's her name. And you haven't done that. So that would be a cool video to see. At least for me, I'd like to see. I'd watch it. How, what the difference is. Just the difference in the times. And then like being an older mom now versus a younger mom. I read articles, not a lot of articles, but a few. I mean, the ones I read all seem to make the same points, that while oftentimes younger moms have more energy, older moms tend to have more patience. so so we'll see. It'd be interesting to see your your perspective. And then I'm assuming you were co-parenting with Cheyenne, and this time you're single mom by choice. So there'll be some cool things to see from you, Tanika, when you have time. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I've been on here almost an hour, and we are all back to the routine tomorrow, back to them both being at school or school and daycare, and I'm going in the office tomorrow. Tanika says, technology is off the chain, patience is plentiful, plus I've done lots of healing. I'll work on it. That's good. That's really good. The healing. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I never know who's going to be on here. It's so much more fun to talk when people are watching. Millie says, need patience in that toddler stage. Woo, I'm going through it. Yes, I was telling somebody at church, I said, I feel like just as he's starting to calm down some, and he is full of energy. Like, he cannot be still. Just as he's calming down, she's ramping up. So I'm just like, ugh. But she's a little calmer than him. So, like I said, she's a year and a half. I feel like getting over the hump a little bit. And I feel like I know more than I did with him. So we'll see how her toddler stage goes. Like I said, she's feisty because I did get hit in the eye. I'll share this with y'all and then I go. But she's also very sweet, right? So here's one of those. Oh, what are my kids' personalities like? Okay, so New Year's Eve. So first, let me say, so for Christmas, I hosted at my house 23 people. So the house has been in shambles. Since the house right now is the best it's looked since Christmas, because I made them help me clean at least our TV room where all the toys are, so that you can walk through there now, because it was just so much toys and just stuff. from what I did, and then all the guests who came brought more things for them. So stuff everywhere, right? So New Year's Eve, we're all staying up. They're staying up for midnight. We're night owls, I'll say, in our house. So they're staying up with me, and we have our noisemakers, and I'm trying to like explain New Year's to him and New Year's Eve to him, and for the most part, we're in a good mood. But it's toys, it's stuff everywhere, and like I've been picking my battles because, like I said, he'd been home with me for 2 weeks, so I can't nitpick every little thing that's annoying because kids are annoying, and I'm like, I don't want everything I say to him to be a correction or negative all the time. So I'm letting this mess go because it's still the holidays and we're having fun. So I'm walking through, in this room where I'm sitting now, I'm walking through, and I slip, and I feel myself losing my balance, and I'm trying to get it together, and I don't. And I like screamed a little bit and fell. Down I went. If that little girl did not freak out. First of all, I never heard her scream mommy so clearly in my life. She goes, mommy! And she is off the couch and at my side before I know it, seeing if I'm okay. And she is sobbing, like she is distraught. Hey, Miss Lex Lex. She is so worried about me. And when I fell, one, I'm in shock. Two, I'm like, am I hurt? Am I okay? So I don't even, and then I'm angry. I'm so mad because I slipped on these damn toys, which I have been gently saying, oh, we should clean up and moving things. But like I said, not pressing it. So I'm mad. I'm so mad when I hit the ground. So I'm like, I can't even reassure her because I'm gathering myself to not like scream at them for having all these toys everywhere and making me fall, and because this is all the things I'm thinking. But she's hysterical. She's crying, mommy, mommy. And I'm like, oh, and she's trying to like hug me, hold me. And it was so sweet. Yes, Billy. It was so, so sweet. How much she cared. And I was like, oh, she loves me, right? Here come the boy. Now he did run over after her, and then he's like, "Mom, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" But I look at his face, and he is trying not to laugh. And I said, "Oh, okay. So this is what I'm working with." And I remember my mom was saying something like, "Oh, when you get old, it's always the daughters that take care of you." And I was like, "Oh, see, this is it. This is what she's talking about. This right here." He is ready to crack up laughing. He's holding it together like he's not laughing. Like he at least has the emotional intelligence to realize this is not the moment to laugh yet. But I can see it on his face. Like he is really ready to laugh at me falling. And she is like so distraught and worried. So yes, they have different personalities. So, but I was fine. I thought I was going to I was not hurt. And then the next day, I was like, oh, I hope I'm not going to be, I was like, oh, I'm going to be so sore the next day. But I was only a little bit sore. Like my knee was a little bit sore, but not bad. But yeah. So anyway, I don't even know why I shared that. So something made me think about just how they're different, the difference in their personalities. Yes, the boy. We always call my brother the boy growing up, so sometimes I'll say the boy. But anyway, thanks for y'all watching. Please thumbs up the video if you haven't. And if you don't subscribe, I know some people say I have a few people that I watch regularly, but I don't subscribe. Oh my gosh. Miss Lexa says if she screamed right now, her 17-year-old would refuse to pause his video game to check on me. I think that's on par for how things would be JC as he gets older. So I don't think you're not alone, Miss Lex Lex. um, anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'm hoping to keep putting out more videos and getting. I have so much content to get y'all caught up on. Birthday footage. I still didn't get the dedication video up. Yeah, so stay tuned. Oh, Tanika says, wait, what am I waiting for? Oh, I still gotta do, like, I want to do a daily vlog. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, so if you watch, for those who watching now live, I'm trying to think, just put 2024. Type 2024 in the chat. Everybody who's watching. I see 7 people watching. So if all 7 of y'all write 2024 in the chat, that would be great for the algorithm, right? And for those who watch the video later, put the emoji of the 2 champagne glasses because we can toast to the new year. Because this is my first live of 2024. And if you guys do like the you can also put in the comments of like the regular video, not the chat, because I'm gonna log off. But if you guys do like the word of, like have a theme or a word for the year for yourself, I would love to know what it is. So you can drop that in the comment of the regular video of the replay. So, but anyway, Happy New Year, everybody! Thanks for joining me, Tanika, Millie, Miss Lex Lex. Thanks for chatting with me. And I will see y'all later. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.